From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. The Vice President, Mike Pence, is scheduled to be here in Madison tomorrow afternoon, speaking at an event in the Capitol Rotunda. He is celebrating Wisconsin's school choice program in what's believed to be the first time a sitting vice president has appeared inside the 103-year-old building. Today we learned Governor Tony Evers will not be in his office, which is just a few feet away. The United States Secret Service is working with local agencies to make sure the entire space will be secure. Gabriella Becerra tells us what it'll mean for those of you working downtown.
Crews spent the day setting up for Vice President Mike Pence's visit to downtown Madison, which is expected to bring some short-term changes.
There'll be a couple minimal impacts right before and right after that event, but other than that, you probably won't notice anything.
That includes road closures along the motorcade route, but the Secret Service does not announce which roads because it could compromise safety, and security will look different inside the Capitol. The East Washington entrance will open up at 6 a.m. for Capitol employees and event staff. And if you're coming to attend the event, you'll want to come through the Wisconsin Ave side by 8 a.m. Everyone will have to go through extra security, including metal detectors, bag checks, and possibly a pat-down.
You might see some more uniform presence out here. We're working closely with the Secret Service and our partners, other local agencies, to make this a safe and secure event.
I'm Gabriella Becerra, News 3 Now.
If you plan on attending the event, plan to give yourself extra time and know what you can bring inside. And we'll have a list of prohibited items at our website, channel3000.com. To weather, a bit warmer this week, but sunshine might be a little hard to come by. Let's check your first alert forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, I think sunshine is going to be really hard to come by. I think the next chance that we have of seeing some sunshine in any way, shape, or form will probably be Sunday of next weekend. But as we take a look at Doppler track, while there's plenty of clouds around, there's very little in the way of precipitation. Some snow showers downwind from Lake Michigan into Indiana and southwestern Michigan. And there might be a flurry or two or a little patchy freezing drizzle over parts of southern Wisconsin, but it's very light, very hard to be picked up by radar. Temperatures remain right around the freezing mark. Madison's at 32, Janesville is at 34. To the north, the Dells are already down to 30 degrees. And temperatures over the next 12 hours will just slowly drop off to the middle 20s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that does include more mild weather along with the clouds in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Brigadier General Lori Ferris of the New Hampshire National Guard will oversee the Wisconsin Guard's corrective action plan for its handling of sexual assault and harassment claims. Governor Tony Evers made that announcement today. It comes after a federal investigation detailing the Guard's failures, prompting an executive order for top-to-bottom changes. Wisconsin will have a nonpartisan commission draw new legislative maps next year for lawmakers to consider. Governor Evers signed an executive order today to create the commission. The governor supports taking the map-drawing power away from the legislature, which is controlled by Republicans, but under the Constitution, the legislature holds the power to redraw maps each decade. The City of Madison Clerk's Office encouraging residents to check their voting registration before the primaries. You can check your status at myvote.wi.gov. Wednesday is the deadline to register online or by mail. Otherwise, you can bring your proof of address, like a utility bill from the last 90 days or a paycheck, to an absentee voting site or your local public library. You can also register at the polls on Election Day. The spring primary is Tuesday, February 18th. The Middleton man found guilty of sexually assaulting children in a pool will spend 4 years behind bars. 59-year-old Kevin Welton was found guilty of 3 counts of first-degree sexual assault of a child under the age of 13. Welton was accused of sexual assault twice at Harbor Athletic Club, once in 2010 and another time in 2018. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison and 6 years extended supervision. He's also required to undergo sexual predator rehabilitation.
He continues to deny to the pre-sentence writer that he did anything wrong, claiming that it was an accident. It was particularly offensive to the court that Mr. Welton made statements to the pre-sentence writer, essentially blaming one of the children's parents for the statements that she made, saying things like, "This is because her mother is a rape victim advocate."
According to Judge Susan Crawford, Harbor Athletic Club staff had agreed to, quote, keep an eye on Welton after the 2010 incident and he wasn't banned until the second assault. The State Department of Health Services says there are no confirmed cases of coronavirus in Wisconsin. 5 people are being monitored and tested for the virus, and test results for a 6th person came back negative. DHS officials expect more cases that meet the criteria for testing, which includes having been in the affected area of China and experiencing symptoms. There are no plans for Wisconsin airports to conduct any screenings for it at this time. DHS says influenza is more of an imminent threat than coronavirus. 2 Watertown Catholic schools are closing for the next 2 days because so many of their students have the flu. Armanda Quintana is here with more on how all these viruses have local pharmacies selling out of face masks. Amanda?
Yes, only 22% of students were at St. Bernard and St. Henry schools today. We know the flu and RSV are making the rounds, all while fears about the coronavirus continue to grow. People are trying to protect themselves from getting sick.
There's constant drugs that just become not available due to higher demand or recalls, but I've never seen for face masks.
For the last week, there's been an empty spot on the shelf in community pharmacy where face masks used to sit.
Last week, Tuesday, is when I tried to do an order and there were just none available. And then I ordered from a couple different companies and none of them had any.
Alex Weisenberger says it's because of the, quote, over-scare of the coronavirus in a community that's already dealing with the flu and RSV.
Every day we're getting, patients coming in. Do you have any face masks? And that Tuesday that I tried to order it is because we had, a rush of people who had just bought out, all of our stock.
The pharmacy orders through one of the biggest pharmaceutical providers in the U.S., McKesson, but they're out of stock. Their distribution center in Chicago can't fill orders right after a confirmed coronavirus case there.
That's probably also due to why we can't get any, and a lot of pharmacies in the area also use McKesson.
Local Walgreens we've called are also out, unsure when they'll be able to get more. For already sick patients, at-home healthcare workers, and even pharmacists, that protection is important, especially right now.
We can't even supply ourselves, for our own staff, with a face mask. We just cannot get them from anywhere.
Again, St. Bernard and St. Henry in Watertown will be closed for the next 2 days as staff disinfect the campuses. Doctors say you shouldn't be overly worried about coronavirus, but they suggest you wash your hands and sanitize to keep yourself healthy and safe from all of these viruses.
Amanda, thank you. The city of Janesville and the Back Bar have come to an agreement to suspend the venue's liquor license for 30 days. The music venue and bar was in danger of losing the license altogether after a shots fired incident during a private party back in November. According to police, the suspension can be the basis of a future revocation if warranted. The agreement also includes a number of operational rules. City of Madison in talks with an engineering firm to create an Amazon delivery center on Madison's east side. The plan is to partially demolish a building on Milwaukee Street just west of the Woodmans and reuse it as an Amazon distribution hub. The city needs approval for a driveway, surface parking, and stormwater management. The Plan Commission is discussing that tonight. We'll have more on this tonight on News 3 Now at 10. New at 6, County Executive Joe Parisi has announced Dane County is purchasing 74 acres of land surrounding an old schoolhouse. Halfway Prairie School in Mazomanie is the oldest existing rural elementary schoolhouse in the county. The land purchase will allow the county to protect the historic setting around the school and improve visitor experiences like parking, hiking, and birdwatching opportunities. The county is spending almost $490,000 on that land from the county's conservation fund. And the county board has a new chair. Supervisor Annalise Eicher, who represents District 3 in Sun Prairie, will take the place of Sharon Corrigan, who resigned as Dane County board chair last week to become interim director at the Alliant Energy Center. Eicher is completing her second term on the county board and is running unopposed in April. 11 of the 37 members of the board have chosen not to seek re-election in April. 2 of the seats are contested. An update to a story we first told you about a couple of months ago. A recognizable piece of downtown Madison architecture is getting new life. Danica Lewis has more on what the spire at St. Raphael's could be used for. Danica?
That's right, Eric. It was nearly 15 years ago when the cathedral burned to the ground, destroying most of the 150 years of history within its walls. What didn't catch fire was the 20-ton steel steeple. Back in November, Madison-based artist named Jeremiah Logeman got permission from the diocese to take the spire and turn it into something new. And since then, Logeman has successfully dismantled it and started to toy around with some ideas of how the landmark could be transformed, and its stories live on.
Yeah, I'm sure. I get emails every day of people, oh, my grandfather used to wind the clocks there, and all these really personal, touching stories. So I feel like this material is it's gonna be big someday, and it might not be this month, it might not be this year, but I think over time you're gonna see this stuff in some pretty amazing art across Madison.
Loganman says with all the new bike trails in the works for Madison, he is hoping to create some large-scale public art pieces to put up along those paths. He's already thinking about smaller projects as well and actually doing those made out of the church's metal shingles and other parts that can be repurposed. And Loganman works a lot, you just saw there, with reclaimed barn wood, so he's no stranger to reusing materials. Still a lot of plans yet to be made for the St. Raphael's spire, that is, but we will be sure to keep you posted on all of that.
Boy, that was such a devastating fire. It'd be nice to see this little piece of it live on in some form.
So many people with connections to that church, too. It is really nice, and hopefully it can become something really beautiful again.
We'll keep people posted. Danica, thank you.
Sure.
Coming up next at 6, we're looking into the rising cost for parents to put their children through sports programs. We'll share advice about how to save money. That's next.
Plush lipstick, single swipe, endless color. Packed with personality. Plush lipstick, only from Merle Norman. Come in today for a gift with purchase. Find your studio at merlenorman.com.
Save on everything for your home improvement projects at Menards. Dakota Pre-Finished Storage Solutions. Make it easy to create your own custom storage space. Dakota shelving is ideal for bedrooms, living rooms, and laundry rooms. There's a Dakota product for every room of your home. 11 3/4 inch by 2 foot pre-finished shelves in 6 finishes are $4.98 each. Right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Year 3 begins at Hogwarts in a special live concert event. Watch as a live symphony orchestra performs with the full movie projected on the big screen. Don't miss Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban in concert.
Tickets at overture.org. It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, January 30th through February 2nd. Great RV show pricing just up the road, Highway 51.net.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. The News 3 Now Madison Camper and RV show and sale. See over a mile's worth of RVs, camping equipment, and campgrounds under one roof. Tickets are just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Meet Gridiron Great Gilbert Brown Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Find out more and get your VIP ticket at MadisonRVShow.com. See you at the Alliant Energy Center, January 31st, February 1st, and 2nd.
Plush lipstick, single swipe, endless color. Packed with personality. Plush lipstick, only from Merle Norman. Come in today for a gift with purchase. Find your studio at merlenorman.com.
Cost-cutting tips to make club sports more affordable. Tonight at 10.
A sculptor will be creating a 2-ton ice bar outside of a Hilldale Mall cafe. That's according to the State Journal. The 16-foot-long outdoor bar at Cafe Hollander will be able to accommodate 15 people. You can watch that installation. It'll be 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday. The bar will be open Thursdays and Fridays from 3 p.m. to close all day Saturday and Sunday afternoons, as long as the weather allows. And the weather is finally cooperating for the construction of the ice castles at Lake Geneva. Tickets are now on sale, starting at about $17 for adults, about $12 for kids. Weekend prices are $4 more. They are expected to open on Friday. And that's also the start of Lake Geneva's Winterfest. That includes a handful of attractions like bonfires, s'mores, human dog sled races, and the U.S. National Snow Sculpting Championship. Sculptors create their masterpieces at Riviera Plaza and Flatiron Park through February 1st. And then visitors can vote on their favorites. Super Bowl Sunday just 6 days away now. If you're looking for a spot to watch the game, a local restaurant and craft beer bar is helping raise money for the Dane County Humane Society at the same time. Beer Rock on Madison's north side is showing Animal Planet's Puppy Bowl instead of the Super Bowl pregame coverage, and 10% of sales will go to the Humane Society. It starts at 1 o'clock, and they'll have specials including the Chocolate Lab Porter by Wisconsin Brewing Company. Once the Super Bowl is about to kick off, they'll then switch over to the big game. Well, if the price of youth sports is scaring you off as a parent, you're not alone. Josh Sprider joins us now with a story he's working on tonight involving the rising cost of athletics for families.
Hey guys, well, most parents know all too well how much it can cost to put kids through youth sports, so we went looking for a way to help you out. I was able to catch up with Lane Manning and his son Miles at the Verona Ice Arena. Miles is a goalie for one of their youth hockey teams. The Manning family was introduced to the sport about 5 years ago, but the cost of playing hockey definitely crossed their mind. That fear from parents is something many athletics officials in the Madison area can understand.
The fees, the travel, the hotels, all of those things add up, and it's really putting a pinch on some families.
Only on News 3 Now, we'll introduce you to a local family making it work and why they say you can too. Tonight at 10, I'll show you how to afford putting your child through sports without breaking the bank. And remember, we hope to keep the conversation going about prices in and around Madison. Let me know what kind of affordability questions you have and I'll get them answered. Just find me on social media or send me an email.
Josh, thanks. Next at 6, the weather warms up a bit, but we're tracking freezing rain and flurry chances. Gary Canalti will have your first alert forecast next.
So my son says to me, Mom, did you switch your Medicare plan yet? And I say, yes, Robert. Dad and I signed up for a Medicare Advantage plan through Senior Preferred. And he says, Senior Preferred? And I say, yes, Senior Preferred. They give us access to the doctors we want and the drug benefits we need. And he says, that's nice. So how is Dad doing? And I say, your father is fine. My living room, on the other hand.
Senior Preferred. Medicare Advantage plans built for you.
When you try the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, you'll feel how it helps you sleep cooler. So no more nocturnal baking or polar ice cap air conditioner mode. Because the Tempur-Pedic Breeze transfers heat away from your body. So you sleep cool all night long. Experience the superior cooling comfort of the Tempur-Pedic Breeze today.
For a limited time, shop Tempur-Pedic at Denver Mattress and save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through February 2nd, Rewards members earn $15 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 they spend in store. Redeemable just like cash, February 6th to the 16th. Start earning now on Farm and Fleet snacks for the big game, all 10% off, or 1-pound bags of Dots pretzels, just $4.99. Not a Rewards member? Sign up for free today and start earning Blaine's Bucks now to spend later just like cash. That's genuine value from Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Start the new year with great deals from Jeep and Don Miller. It's the Start Something New sales event on now. Get the 2020 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4. Lease for only $299 per month, 42 months, 10,000 miles a year. $2,500 plus taxes and fees due at signing. The 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited with heated leather seats. There's great selection. Over $4,000 off MSRP after all discounts and rebates and your own Don Miller deal. Don Miller, Madison and Dane County's Jeep headquarters. Odana Road, Madison.
What are you thinking?
Thinking about burger, fries, and some pie.
You know it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, then bring the pie first.
It's back and better than ever. Hurry in today for Perkins Burger, Fries, and Pie Combo. Enjoy any burger, fries, and a slice of our famous pie for just $9.99. It's dinner, dessert, and a deal. Only at Perkins. And now you can order online with PerkinsToGo.com.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us now with an early look at the early week forecast as we start the work week off. Lots of clouds, though, huh?
Just kind of the same as last week. Just kind of just rolls on and on. There's nothing really to get rid of the clouds. The upper level winds are not very strong. Neither are the winds down near the ground. What winds there are basically out in the northwest. And even though we have widespread snow cover, really the only snow that we're seeing on radar right now are just these light snow showers coming in off of Lake Michigan in northwestern Indiana and southwestern Michigan. There could be a flurry or two out there, maybe a little patchy freezing drizzle, but I don't think it's going to be a big impact for tonight, and that could linger into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, the clouds will continue. I'm not expecting any sunshine through Saturday. Sunday, there might be some sun. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for that. But mild weather will continue. In fact, above normal temperatures will go through the end of this week, which basically takes care of the month of January and starts into the weekend, which starts the month of February. And if it's your imagination, if you think that temperatures have not been very cold this winter, well, you're not alone. In fact, the folks over at Climate Central have shown how over the last 40 years, how the number of consecutive cold days during winter, the longest stretch of consecutive cold days, has been decreasing. And you can see that's happened by about 7 fewer days. In fact, pretty much most of the cold spells that we've been seeing now during the winter have been between about 10 and 20 days. So far, since meteorological winter started on December 1st, 3 days. That's the longest stretch of time during the last 2 months where we've had below normal temperatures at any given time. And as you can see, high temperatures are expected to be above normal all the way through Monday of next week. We might see a spell of colder weather toward the end of next week, and that's shown in the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, calling for about a 40 to 45% chance of below normal temperatures here in southern Wisconsin, just a slightly elevated chance of above normal precipitation, mainly in the form of some light snow and flurries. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. It's been cloudy all day, and temperatures have moved a little bit more than they were at the end of last week, but not by much. 26 the overnight low temperature. That's 15 degrees above normal. The high of 33, still above normal, but only by 6 degrees. And right now, we're at 32 with mostly cloudy skies. Winds are out of the west at 6 miles per hour. Temperatures generally upper 20s to the lower 30s across southern Wisconsin, or across pretty much the entire state of Wisconsin. The clouds are pretty widespread. It's a little colder up to the north in northern Minnesota, but notice how the jet stream flattens out, so that will just start allowing milder Pacific air to continue eastward. This high pressure system actually has moved almost due east right along the U.S.-Canadian border, so it's not a big air mass dropping southward out of Canada, and that's why our weather has just stayed fairly mild. Temperatures right now, teens up near the U.S.-Canadian border, but otherwise 20s and 30s. They get farther to the south where there's little or no snow cover on the ground. Temperatures are in the 40s and 50s. Our forecast for tonight calls for mostly cloudy skies. There could be a few flurries, maybe a little patchy freezing drizzle. I don't think it'll amount to very much. Low temperature 26. Tomorrow, a chance for a flurry or a little patchy freezing drizzle in the morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a high temperature of 32. On future track, those temperatures drop off into the middle 20s overnight. Might also be a little patchy fog in there as well. Tomorrow, look for a high temperature right around the freezing mark. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, maybe a little bit colder with a low temperature of around 20, and then back up to around 30 degrees on Wednesday. As we take a look at the 7 to 10-day forecast, lots of clouds in there, at least through Saturday. Might see some snow showers on Saturday mixing with a little rain in the afternoon. A brief warm-up on Monday, and then turning colder next week with some light snow about Tuesday.
Well, there's one big missing piece from the Badgers starting five tonight, plus Giannis very raw as he tries to put into words what Kobe Bryant meant to him. Sports is next.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What makes you one of a kind?
I can ride a unicycle. Acting's my passion. I love this.
Time to embrace your uniqueness by taking the BU Pledge, a promise to celebrate yourself and your friends for being exactly who you are. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page to sign the online pledge and enter to win cool giveaways.
Come on and take the BU Pledge.
SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take part in the BU movement.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. The News 3 Now Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See over a mile's worth of RVs, camping equipment, and campgrounds under one roof. Tickets are just $10, and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Meet Gridiron Great Gilbert Brown Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Find out more and get your VIP ticket at MadisonRVShow.com. See you at the Alliant Energy Center, January 31st, February 1st, and 2nd.
At Papa Murphy's, we're making flavor magic for just $9. Introducing the new Combo Magnifico, a magical combination of giant pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and onions, all for just $9. Bake it yourself, then make it disappear. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
Dear Jack Frost, people say you've got ice in your veins, but underneath it all, you're just a big old softie. Go ahead, try to nip at our toes. Thanks to our available Remote Connect, we'll be toasty and warm and ready to go. Warm wishes, Toyota Cars.
Right now, you can lease a stylish new 2020 Toyota Camry for $259 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, folks. Vice President Mike Pence is planning a stop in Madison Tuesday.
We're live from the state capitol ahead of his event with everything you should know about his visit.
That includes some road closures and extra safety protocol for downtown Madison.
We'll see you at 4:30.
King will not play for the Badgers tonight. Team officials say he did not travel to Iowa today. Meanwhile, Jeff Petrikis of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting that, according to a source, King is not happy with the direction of the team. Officials say he has a personal family matter to take care of. King is averaging 10 points per game so far this season, second on the team behind Nate Reavers. Educated guess puts Brevin Pritzel or Micah Potter in the starting five tonight. It would be Potter's first start in a Wisconsin uniform. Tip-off in about an hour on BTN. The basketball world and even the world outside of sports still figuring out how to deal with the death of basketball great Kobe Bryant. Giannis Antetokounmpo among them. He suspended both his Twitter and Instagram accounts yesterday. Now, Giannis has said several times how much he looks up to Kobe, and the first time he ever got to practice with him, he showed up 3 hours early and had a notebook of questions ready to go. Today, the Greek Freak speaking for the first time with all of his talents and focus, he was almost at a loss for words when trying to express his thoughts on Kobe Bryant.
Sad day. There's not much you can say about it. Just gotta sit down and just ask questions and realize what's important in life, your family, and I don't know what to say, guys. It's yeah, everybody. I'm just trying to deal with it. I'm human.
To the NFL now, Mike McCarthy looking for familiar faces as he puts his coaching staff together in Dallas. McCarthy has hired former Badger and Packer quarterback Scott Tolzien as an assistant coach on the Cowboys. The 32-year-old most recently worked as a scout analyst for the Badgers, but has plenty of experience in the NFL, playing for McCarthy in Green Bay for 3 seasons. He also played for the Colts and on the Birmingham Iron in the AAF. 3 other former Badgers will get more playing time on the field in the reboot of the XFL. Former wide receiver Tanner McAvoy will be on the roster for the Tampa Bay Vipers. Linebacker Garrett Dooley joining the New York Guardians, and defensive back Darius Hillary signing with the St. Louis Battlehawks. The 8-team league kicks off in less than 2 weeks on Saturday, February 8th. Well, one day after Brewers on deck, the team signing free agent right-hander Shelby Miller to a minor league contract for 2020. It's his second contract with Milwaukee. He was also on the team last summer, but never got to make an appearance in the majors. The team entering its 50th season and a lot of hype given the postseason performances of the last 2 years. Owner Mark Antanasio not worried about the massive roster turnover, saying he has a model for success this upcoming season. But again, back to Kobe Bryant. I mean, Giannis, you never see him so defeated, and he looks like he just got hit by a truck. You know what I mean? He's just so sad. And Kobe really just played a huge role in why he said he started playing basketball.
Yeah, you grew up out there in
I did.
LA, so you know what he means in that area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very difficult for really all of the world. Gary, final check of the forecast.
The temperatures right now are right around the freezing mark. In fact, exactly 32 here in Madison. Over the next 12 hours, those temperatures slowly dropping off into the middle 20s by early tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We'll be back at 10. Have a good evening.